Okay, so this is a best of 5. Spawning positions are good. Spawning in the bottom left, playing for Storm Gaming. It is the Protoss player, Gerald. And spawning in the top right, playing for Prep Esports, it is Hanamano. Now, I don't know exactly who was in this tournament. I just kind of last minute was asked to cast, and I just kind of picked my friends and then whatever pros were around. But I didn't cast a single Zerg game. There was no Zergs in this tournament. As far as I know, wasn't a single Zerg in this tournament. And maybe I'm wrong, but I didn't cast a single Zerg. Between me, you, and Dupree, that's not how that goes. You, me, and Dupree, there we go. Our best friend Dupree. I didn't see a single Zerg. It was all TVTs, one PVT, PvPs, and a second PVT. So I'm happy for this. A little bit of variation. Not that I'm like I need Zergs because I don't play Zerg. I'm not very good at Zerg. I don't know what's going on. But I did see Steven. So I saw Kurt. No, I saw Curry playing a TVP. So that doesn't mean anything to this. The only series of Hanamano that I saw was a TVT where he played a very aggressive and very BC heavy style. Here, though, he's opening Marine first. I can actually talk about Terran builds a little bit. But he's opening Marine first, and he's really trying to get that CC down. It was only delayed by like 3 seconds, maybe. Oh, and even getting the probe, so that definitely feels good. Getting a Marine into a reactor, I would imagine he's probably 3-raxing. It's not necessarily 3-raxing, but that's kind of where this normally goes from. Nope, 1-1-1 instead. I guess if he was 3-raxing, that probably would have been down already. But okay, all right. I like to be surprised. Let's see if we can maybe even get a 2-1-1, something like that. Something cool, something interesting. On the other side, Gerald's going a Stalker first, which I don't know. I normally only see Adepts first. So a Stalker first, that's kind of interesting. Maybe you go Stalker first if you see that it is a Marine first. It kind of makes sense to me. You don't have to worry about anything going across the map and killing all your probes because you know that there's no Reaper, at least not initially. And then he's building a second Reaper, or sorry, a second Adept, potentially to deal with if there was a Reaper, but I mean, there's not going to be, and we know that, but Geralt doesn't. Now, I like how Hanamana immediately pulls these back because this Stalker is going to be able to kite them for days. Especially in the hands of Geralt, who is an excellent Protoss player. He should not really ever lose this unless he gets like caught, unfortunately. But this isn't very fun to be Hanamano. Oh, and using the Adept as vision. I don't know if that was intentional, but that was really cool looking. Hanamano immediately going for a tank. No Widowmine drop, no Hellion drop, no like real harassment or anything. Oh, and I guess that CC was even misplaced. I had to think of the word, I'm sorry. Geralt looks like he's posturing to take a third base. There's another Stalker coming across the map. And this looks like it's going to be like some sort of a tank. Oh, actually, maybe it's a drop? I was thinking this was going to be a Viking. Hanamana trying desperately not to lose very many Marines here. Now that there are 2 Stalkers, though, he's going to lose them even faster. A lot of these are very embarrassed and red Marines. Geralt can just kind of stand and fight here. I don't know what... Yeah, this is just an empty medevac going across the map. It's a little unfortunate, but maybe it's specifically designed to make Geralt think that there's something that there isn't and recall these units. I don't... No, that's not what happened. Geralt just recalled because I guess he felt like that was going to be the end of the usefulness, and I really don't think that this was supposed to go across the map, but it did. It doesn't die, though, so Hanamano is being able to keep this alive, and he is going for a tank push. So he's bringing some of the boys with him, presumably to build bunkers, maybe to also repair the tank. And Geralt has not seen this yet. So maybe he is assuming that it's coming, but he hasn't seen this yet. His stalkers are in a bit of a bit of an unfortunate position. I thought maybe he was setting up a flank, but no. And now they're kind of cut off. Blink is just about to be finished, so Gerald could try to blink onto the tanks. I don't know if that would really work all that well, because I have to zoom out even further. But we can see that we have stalkers on this side, we have stalkers on this side. If he's going to try to do like a wraparound or something, I feel like he's going to probably have to do it now. This disruptor definitely has the potential to completely surprise Hanamano, but I don't know like really how much ping these guys are playing with. Hanamano from Korea, Gerald playing from Poland. Now Hanamano knows that there is at least that disruptor there. Oh, what a hot pickup. A very sexy hot pickup by Hanamano. Does not lose that tank. Gerald, I don't think, lost too many stalkers, though, trying to get it. And blinking away before he can lose any more stalkers, really. It looks like this third base is going to go down. And the observer... Oh, wow. I did not realize that was going to work. Must not have had vision, perhaps? So, Hanamano got the third base. He knows that there's disruptors out. And he's going to... Well, he's going to try to trade with these stalkers as well as he can. On the other side of the map, the pretty big mule hammer just dropped. No add-ons on the barracks. Looks like he can't afford them, and maybe he wants to get a third base instead. And these units are trying to go home desperately as the stalkers are trying to get in their way. It looks like the medevac died, and the stalkers are going to be at the top of this ramp here. Gerald, nice blink away. GG gets called. And Gerald takes game number 1 of our finals. This is our finals. So thanks everyone for tuning in. I very much appreciate it. The second game is going to be on Berlingrad. So there it is. There's the lobby link invite. They're GLHFing each other. Geralt, I guess, doesn't seem to be one to do it in the early game lobby. I find it kind of redundant myself, but players can be as whatever they want to be. It doesn't matter to me, really. Okay, so now we can do the fancy switch. Currently up 1-0, playing for Storm Gaming. It is the blue Protoss player, Gerald. And spawning in the bottom right, playing for Prep Esports, it is the red Terran player, Hanamano. So last game, Hanamano was a little cheeky. He was trying to find some damage with that tank push that, well, Geralt really just didn't want to give to him. I really liked Geralt's response. I think that he microed his units very well, and then I really like how he was able to backstab on the retreat. So, yeah, basically everything done very well. I don't know what the MMRs here are, specifically because Hanamano plays on Korea as well. So that would be another reason why I wouldn't really know, but I've definitely seen him in the ESL Open Cup, and clearly to make it to the finals here, he must be a very talented player. These guys are playing for the difference of $15, I believe. The winner of this match is going to get 25, and the loser 10. No, 15, sorry. Oh, okay, so, my bad. I'm talking about nothing. Looks like it's gonna be 3 Racks Reaper, I would think. Maybe... Yeah, that's what I'm gonna call it. A 3 Racks Reaper. Gerald's coming down. He's scouting to see... Well, kind of exactly what this is. He's gonna have to move relatively soon. I'm sure he knows exactly when the Reaper timing is. But maybe he's gonna keep it just to see if it's a Marine or not. I know that there is like a couple in-base barracks Marine timing where you pull the SCVs. I know that is a thing. But no, it's definitely Reapers. with the other gas being taken. Hanamano should be able to grab the probe. No, the probe with the absolute jukes. So the idea here is that Gerald wants to keep this and see if there is an expand at all. There's not. And Gerald also wants to check to see if there's any proxies, which there also isn't. So it's kind of it's a little unfortunate for Gerald here, I suppose. He's not going to really see any more information, but the lack of a command center is definitely good information, because this is around the time, if Hanamano opened up double gas, this is around the time that the CC would go down if there's going to be one. So this is going to come down to micro of these Reapers. I personally don't like doing this, but I have terrible, terrible old man Reaper micro. The Adept is going to be able to... I actually don't know how many Reapers you need to like quickly deal with an Adept, but the battery is about halfway done. Gerald's making nothing but Adepts. I guess he knows exactly what he's dealing with. Ooh, nice pullback on the wounded Reaper. I guess this is probably... I didn't check, but I think this is actually on West, so I'm imagining that Hanamano has a little less ping, and Gerald has a little bit more. So this is just going to kind of snowball. Now there's a lot of probes not mining. Oh, but they're not mining because they're trying to catch these Reapers. There is kind of a place for them to go, though, and a lot of Reapers still alive. The battery is not finished, and the Adept getting kind of wombo comboed there. The second Adept as well. Now that the battery is finished, I don't know really if the Reapers are going to be able to, like... Oh, yes, they are. With the proper stutter stepping, they are. The Oracle is going to try to clean this up. And will do bonus damage to light, I believe, but 12 workers have gone down. Hanamano is a little bit ahead in worker supply, not a ton. His CC is still about halfway done. He's getting his factory. I don't know if we're really going to see these Reapers do that much more damage. Once the Oracle runs out of energy, though, there's definitely a chance that Hanamano is going to be able to find more damage here. The shield battery, once it's out of energy, I mean, that's another thing too. Once it's out of energy, it's not really going to be able to do all that much. Hanamano really, I guess, feels like he needs more stalkers. Sorry, more Reapers to deal with the singular stalker. And if we look, it's kind of turning into like a probably, oh no, like a tank push, I guess. I was thinking maybe this would be like a reactor into Medivacs, but that is not the case. Just gonna quickly take a drink of water. This action-packed game's got my mouth all dry. Okay, so the 4 Reapers are able to kite that Stalker all the way to its doom. The Oracle does have more than enough energy for Obliterate, or whatever it's called, like its Exodia, and was able to pick off one of those Reapers. Gerald has lost a lot of resources here. I think it's going to be hard for him to come back in this game. Not impossible, though. He's got a Stargate, but he hasn't really used it for much, and I think Gerald doesn't really know what's coming next, so I do like the idea of sending this Oracle out to see exactly what you're dealing with. He sees that there is a natural, so that probably doesn't feel great. Or maybe it feels better because you know you're not instigating completely all in. The Reaper's here trying to do some damage to that Stalker. And the Oracle getting 7 kills, but I don't know how many of them were SCVs. 3 of them were SCVs. So it's not like it's not like a ton. Hanamano going for a pretty good timing here, I think. He's got both stim and combat shields. He's got a Cyclone to deal with any of the air units. There is only the one, but if there was more, he would be able to do that. There's the Liberator to kind of zone out the Stalkers. And this is going to be pretty devastating. If he waited a little bit longer, the Dark Shrine would be finished, but Blink is now done, so Gerald is going to be able to do a little bit of micro here. He's super battering to make sure that that pylon does not go down. Unfortunately, it does. The Oracle trying to go around, it revelates, and maybe saw that there was a siege tank there. That's a lot of. Ooh, that's actually a lot of stalkers, and I think they're gonna blink around and try and come from behind, or maybe get. Never mind. They're gonna grab reinforcements. So Gerald's kind of giving up his natural. That's a lot of probes that are about to die, though. 4 SCVs are dying another way. I don't. Probably in this pull, I suppose. And there's the DTs. Hanamano even scouts them, or not scouts them, sorry, scans them. And I think that we're gonna be going on to the next game here. I don't know. I guess actually Gerald's doing a fair amount of damage in the main of Hanamano, but these stalkers aren't going to be able to trade forever. There are some DTs. Is there any scans left? Yes, there is a scan. So once Hanamano realizes he's going to be able to scan and take down that, I think everything that Gerald has is unpowered. 40 probes have gone down. There is still these 4 stalkers absolutely microing their heart out. And GG gets called. We're going on to game number 3. So game number 3 is on Blackburn. Okay, just take a quick drink of water while we're loading in. All right, here we go. We're going on to Blackburn now. Excuse me. Okay, so it's best of 5. Currently 1-1 spawning on the left side of Blackburn. It is the blue Protoss player, Gerald. And spawning on the bottom right with some spicy cheese, the red Terran player playing for Prep Esports. It is Hanamano. Oh, Geralt sending out the first SCV. Or, sorry, first probe. I wonder if it's because he got cheesed last game or he wants to cheese himself. Very interesting. I mean, there's probably other options just that as well, but that's what I'm gonna say. Oh, where's the Rex? Okay, so the Rex is not being built in the wall. That's kind of interesting. Oh no, and Geralt's worker immediately gets surrounded before there's confirmation of where the Rex is. That is painful. So Geralt's got to, at the very least, look around. Yeah, that's what he's doing. So he is going off the assumption that this is a proxy Rax, which it's not. It's not a proxy Rax, and I don't know if that's going to be a big deal for Geralt here. I mean, if you lose that probe, I guess you kind of just send a probe anyways because you need to know what's going on. So, yeah, that makes sense to me. So he comes up and does he see this? Yeah, okay, now he sees it. So he knows that there's no proxy. He sees that it was the double gas opening. I wonder what would have happened if Geralt didn't come back to scout. It's interesting. Geralt, on the other hand, is going core before Nexus. He's not even getting a Nexus right now, it seems like. I don't know why one would do that. Maybe because he's playing against gas, like a double gas opening. And he's going to wait for like 30 seconds and then see if there's sorry, if there's a natural taken. Sorry, I got a frog in my throat. Just gonna quickly give us. There's nothing really good to watch. Okay, his probe. I'm just gonna cough real quick. 1 sec. Sorry about that. I'm back. Geralt did not lose that probe, so that's a good start. He sees the full wall and is really just getting not a lot of information on what's going on. It's a relatively fast Widowmine drop, which I mean I do like because the distance between the bases is quite small, but the Wubulas do kind of decrease that. It's got a very purity and industry-esque feel. Gerald, even kind of guessing that this might be the case, is sending his probe to patrol. That's the word that it's called, and wait to see if anything flies by. Which there will be something that flies by. Where did the widow mines go? Oh, I can't even see them, but they're hiding. Nice, they're hiding behind the buildings. That would actually be sick. Um, maybe for a medevac, and I don't know if Gerald saw that. I was a little too slow with the 1-2 switch, the old 1-2 switch. But Gerald is going Phoenix. Phoenix is going to be good against if Hanamano decides to do like a heavy drop plan. So yeah, the Phoenix is out, and it's going to be kind of hard for the SCV to survive. Phoenix immediately picks it up, and the Revelate goes down. One probe so far. That's been it really. There is still an SCV, not an SCV, sorry. There is still a Widow Mine there, and there's a Widow Mine here too. Nice split off by Geralt. So only 2 go down, and I think, oh, I didn't even notice the armory go down. So this is burrowed mines, and I think we're going to just continuously see burrowed mines. Yeah, there's another one too. So this can be a very annoying strategy to play against. If you are, well, I mean, if you're anybody really, it doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter really race either. Burrowed mines when you're not expecting them can be so annoying. So no real big attack, like no big real hit here. Maybe potentially. No, so close. Nice split by Gerald at the last second. And yeah, Hanamano does get six probe kills, but I mean, like, this is the only detection of Gerald. He needs more for Revelate. He's now trying to get a little bit closer. Wow, even getting picked off at the last second. Was not expecting that. Four probes did just go down there though, and an extra one, so 5. Altogether 11, so that's a fair amount, and I'm assuming Hanamano does not have a base yet, and it looks like he's continuing this non-stop drop plan. Healing up the medevac, and then he's going to keep going. Wow, this medevac made it with 6 HP. And he's going to try coming from a different angle. Is there more? No, I don't think there's more Widow Mines anywhere. Oh, there is that one. Okay, so that Widow Mine gets cleaned up. Geralt kind of accurately guessing where, because I don't think that pylon saw it. I don't think that probe saw it. So he's kind of accurately guessing where Hanamano is going to come from. He's absolutely correct. So he is correct on where it's going to come from. Hanamano is going to boost in. The Phoenixes are there. Now the Phoenixes maybe have to pick up the Widow Mines. Yes, that is what they do. One Widow Mine shoots, but it's on a Phoenix, so it's not going to be like that big of a deal. And Geralt coming in, I think he's going to be able to get this because no, medevac boost is not off cool, or it's not on cooldown. But Geralt taking a third base, Hanamano going for like a tank push, I guess. I think we're going to see a push. He does not have combat shields, and it looks like he's not going to get it unless he's going to wait for it, which is definitely possible. He could definitely wait for it. Geralt has lost 12 probes, which is a lot, but it's not like a ton. I mean, mules do make a big difference, so we do see the income swaying a little bit to Hanamano's favor. The Phoenix is looking for more Widow Mines, or sorry, more Widow Mine drops. There isn't any anymore. Now I think it's all going to be used as a frontal assault, and the SCV is being pulled as well. You know what? I guess Hanamano just wants to do this against the Protoss player. I like stimming the Marine. It's kind of being body blocked by that Widow Mine, but I do like stimming the Marine to see if you can see where the army is or if you're walking into a trap or anything. Geralt sees it with the Oracle. So Geralt sees it with the Oracle. And it's all going to come down to setup here because the Stalkers don't have Blink. Oh, is that Widow Mine gonna do a bunch of traitor Widow Mine shot? Very smart. Oh, nice. Ooh, nice unburrow micro by Hanamano. Exactly what I was expecting. And stimming and running in. He's kind of fighting out of the position of the tanks. The battery is not finished though, so that's kind of a big deal. The Phoenixes, I don't know where the Phoenixes are. The Phoenixes, I mean, wouldn't be great in this fight. The Stalkers are being recalled in. The Probes looked like they were going to be pulled to fight, but then decided at the last second not to. Now the Phoenixes are going into the army. Super Battery is good. Super Battery is very good. Hanamano is not focusing that down, really. Somehow it's just kind of staying alive. Somehow the Super Battery has returned. But Gerald really has the... Or Gerald's a little bit on the rope here. Hanamano has the natural taken. Nope, that Widowmine is not going to shoot. I was thinking that we were going to see a big hit. Not so much. There is a scan to see exactly what army we're dealing with here. The Stalkers have blink now, so they can avoid it, and I don't think that they did avoid that Widowmine shot. Maybe the one that was actually getting hit did. The third base is going to get taken down as well, and I think Protoss fans here maybe a little bit in shambles. The Oracle died, GG gets called. And we're moving on to game number 4. Game number 4. The series is an absolute banger. On glittering asses. Cool. Thanks everyone who's been sticking with me here. Hopefully it's all been at least tolerable. Looking for the invite from Gerald. Okay, well, while I'm waiting, I'm just gonna grab a drink real... Oh, there it is. Okay, now I'm gonna grab a real drink. Or grab a drink, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and we are going to game number 4 here of this best of 5. Hanamano currently up 2-0. Oh, that switches that. Okay, I don't want that. Let's see. So Hanamano, Gerald. Okay, so currently down 1-2. He's got to win the next 2 to be able to be the champion of the qualifier. It is Sidestorm Gaming's Gerald. And playing for Prep Esports, I feel like an hour and a half ago he told me it was 7 a.m. in Korea, so it's got to be almost like 9 a.m. there maybe. It is Hanamano. Someone use the Google machine and tell me what time is it in Korea. Actually, I can do it myself. Seoul. Yeah, 9 a.m. Wow. Crazy. The dedication that this man shows. Maybe that's why he's trying to play such fast games. But either way, we see another double gas opening. Hanamano's not getting the wall off. I don't know if that was intentional or not. Last game, he kind of built the supply depot there. Geralt is able to see that there is a double gas opening. Last time, I think he saw it late. I don't actually remember how that ended up working. All the games are kind of blending together when you get to the 5-hour mark. But yeah, so gas is being taken from Geralt. We're getting the core. I guess he's going to go for a Nexus now. The probe is stuck behind the supply depot, and this Reaper is going to be able to finish it off. I wonder, like, because the only real, the only real build that I know, especially when you pull off gas like this, is a Euthermal tank push, where you open with Marine Hellion, you try to get as much damage as possible, and then you get Banshees and Banshee Marine tank, and it is a pretty good build. I did it on ladder a lot. It was a lot of fun. It does die to DTs, but a lot of Terran openings die to DTs. And I guess there is actually a macro version of it as well. I don't know the macro version. I never really was one for that. But so far, that's kind of what it's looking like. You pull off the gas, but then he resaturated the gas a little bit faster, so maybe it's not going to be that. Yeah, so you get the Hellion, and I can't remember. I don't even remember anymore. I think it was three. No, I think it was two Reaper. No, I think it was three Reaper, two Hellion. I'd have to check my notes. But I don't actually want to play that build anymore, so I don't care that much. But yeah, there's the third Reaper. The second Hellion has not been purchased yet. Yeah, there it is now. So now the second Hellion. Okay, so it is going to be the 3 Reaper 2 Hellion. I think Geralt wants a wall for this. Because you can't just kind of run by the units and go straight for the mineral line. But Geralt would know better than I would. Like, way better than I would. The other nice thing about this build is that if the opponent sends like a unit across the map, these units can actually deal with that. I don't know if they'd be able to kill 2 stalkers in a straight up fight, but just one with the proper micro, you can easily take care of an adept or a stalker. So Geralt's starting a wall, and I guess he's going to continue it. Yeah, there it is. And exactly what I was thinking. Geralt's getting a wall. You can kind of boop them away with the Reaper Grenade. I always find it a little challenging to do that, but Hanomano boops him and then kind of decides to go home. Back at home, he's getting the additional. So I think this is going to be a Banshee. And yep. Okay, so it is that build that I was talking about. You even pull SCVs with it, and you eventually cut SCVs around this time, 25, I think, 25, 26. I don't really remember exactly how it works, but Geralt's coming out with the Adept. He has not seen anything about this yet, so that's probably a bit of a challenge. Oh yeah, so this is what I was talking about. So this army is going to be actually be able to kill that Adept. Yeah, see, you can easily kill that one unit there. And what did the Adept Shade see? So the Adept Shade didn't... Adept Shade... Jeez, I can't talk. Can't see anything. Oh no, he's attacking his own... Why is he... Oh, because it's stuck. Oh, that sucks. Oh, that's too bad. That's too bad for Hanomano. So yeah, okay. That was very much too bad. I guess he wants at least 2 tanks before moving out. Yeah, so there's the second tank. He's going to switch off so that he can continue to be making the tanks. Yeah, that was a smart move by Hanomano to make... Ooh, a little bit of miss micro there, unfortunately. He now knows that Blink has finished, and he's going to be going right up into Geralt's face. Geralt moving onto the map, because this is kind of what you do against tank pushes, is that you want to try and slow them down as much as you can. This Banshee taking a lot of damage. Blink is finished, but unfortunately he's not able to blink onto it. I don't know exactly where Hanomano is going to set this up. He's got to be careful not to get too much into Protoss' face, because Protoss could always just do a little bit of damage and then blink away. One Stalker dying there. Remember, these guys are both playing with a fair amount of ping. And since he brought SCVs, he can actually repair the Banshees. So these Banshees can start whittling down on the Robo, which is in the wall. The Stalkers are looking to grab anything that is... well, anything that is a reinforcement. And catching the Unsiege, unfortunate for Hanomano, is Geralt getting ready and cleaning this up very easily, actually, making it seem like this isn't the best build. Pulling even more SCVs, or maybe those SCVs were already there. Hanomano's not out of the game yet, but once this Immortal pops, I think it becomes a little bit harder, because Immortals can kind of tank shots. Jumping right onto that tank, immediately focusing down the high value units. But nice hot, I guess, I don't know if you call that a hot pickup when it's the Protoss, but nice War Prison micro by Geralt. The shield battery is keeping the units alive. Super battery is not ready, but it's going to be pretty soon. And that looks like that's it for Hanomano's forces. He's got more at home, so he doesn't have the GG quite yet. But Geralt's got a pretty big army. It's a pretty scary army. And he's got a 3rd base finished. Okay, so one Banshee, now he never gets Cloak. Like, you don't get Cloak with this build because you just can't afford it. So that's a bit of a challenge because you kind of need Cloak for them to be super useful. If Gerald wins this match, then we're going to the rubber match here. If Hanamano can somehow keep this going, okay, that was pretty good tank volley. Luckily, it didn't blink any further. And it looks like Gerald's going for a multi-pronged attack here, warping in the working in the main and blinking into the natural. That one Banshee still kind of just idling back. It's got one kill. Oh, or not even. He's just going to use this to not elevator, but like high ground himself into the main, waiting to see if there's any Marines that are going to try and deal with it. The tank is repositioning away. A third tank is coming out. I'm not sure exactly why Geralt waited so long to do that, but he immediately grabbed the reactor, losing only one stalker for it. The reactor cancels again, and yeah, these are a lot of tanks though. Geralt's got to be careful that he's not eating too many tank shots. Maybe he was dealing with this Banshee back at home. I don't know exactly why he was waiting for so long to finally move in for the kill there. I don't know. Doesn't matter. It's fine. No big deal. Hanamano scans, sees the Zealots. The charge has finished. Geralt is getting a 4th base. And the Banshee's going home again because it doesn't have any speed. It doesn't have as much, cloak. I mean, speed would be cool too, but it doesn't have cloak, so it doesn't have as much versatility, I suppose. And Geralt is now gonna do the multi-pronged, perhaps, dropping the Zealots. Got to be careful, pulling back the Warp Prism. So nice micro there by Geralt, playing with a fair amount of ping, I'm sure. And just kind of really expanding macro-wise on the other side of the map. Keeping Hanamano on 2 bases so that even if he tried to take a 3rd base, he wouldn't be able to without taking some sort of losses. Looks like the Observer just went down. And we are hitting the 5-hour mark. Jeez, it's been a long day of casting StarCraft, but I am enjoying it, so no problem with me here. Man, this looks so weird. When you look at the actual like highest one, kind of losing my mind. 5 hours is kind of like when I start to lose it a little bit, but that's okay. This Zealot kind of charging to its death, checking to see if there's a 3rd base. I think, at least. I'm assuming that's what Geralt was doing there. Checking to see if there's a 3rd base. He knows there's no 3rd base there. 3rd base is landing now. Geralt getting Storm is an upgrade that I think is very good. Oh, and Hanamano making the tanks in a very difficult spot for Charged Zealots to get to. They would be really derpy trying to get past the mineral line and the Vespene Geyser. So that's pretty cool. I don't think I've seen that before. Geralt setting up a nice multi-pronged attack, a pincer. Thank you. There we go. I remembered it. Thank you, brain. And the charge lots are coming in from either side. Hanamano is trying to get into the clump, but the clump is too bad because that means that Storm is able to just absolutely rain on him. The tanks are, though, in a pretty good position. And another storm, another big storm, I should say. And now their Archons coming in. GG gets called. We're going on to game number 4, which I did not check to see which map that was. Hardwire. So we're going to Hardwire. So yeah, we're going to Hardwire, and yeah, I see that Scarlet is streaming, so I appreciate everyone who's watching me when you could be watching Scarlet instead. But yeah, this is gonna be the last game. So last game of the tournament here. Whoever wins is gonna get that juicy $25, and the loser will get 15. So I mean, still good. And you guys, people in chat, can go to. Did I do this recently? Oh yeah, there it is. If you want, you can go to the Matcherino and use their codes. They would really appreciate it. I know they would because I am also a tournament organizer and I appreciate when people use my codes. So go to that Matcherino that I just put in the chat, make a free account, and use their codes. They still had like 30 something last time I checked. So this is the rubber match. Best of 5, gone all the way to game 5. Playing for Sidestorm Gaming. The blue Protoss player, he's like a absolute wall. It is Gerald. And spawning in the top right, he's cheesing. It's 9 a.m. in Korea. It is Prep Esports Hanamano. Okay, so this is actually kind of interesting because the the amount of gas that he takes indicates like what this actually is. Geralt is going for Pylon Scout, so he's really thinking that there's going to be something cheesy, and he's going to be right. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to dox anyone's APM, but this is that build that Marine Lord made up, maybe, or whatever. Or TY? I can't remember who did this one first, but it basically looks like a normal Reaper fast expand, but there is another barracks on the map. Geralt takes the gas, which I don't really see that often. You don't really see Terrans taking the gas that much. And even with, Protoss taking the gas against Terrans, but even with this, I believe that you still get. Oh, well, he's cutting workers though, so maybe this is not what I was thinking that it was. But yeah, so you even get an expand, but you don't actually get the orbital, and then you use that to get because it's the proxy marauders. Yeah, I'm not describing this very well, but Uthermal has a build about this, and it's very cool. And I think Marine Lord did it to max packs, and you can technically macro out of it, but you can't really. Essentially. Oh, that could kind of mess up the Marines' pathing, or not pathing, AI with having the assimilator there. So yeah, this is kind of like a proxy marauder with a bit of a cheesier layer. There was no expand though, so it's not exactly what I was thinking about. I mean, if you guys don't watch Uthermal's Terran School, I highly recommend it. I think Geralt's gonna need a battery here, and like ASAP. So there's a battery, awesome. The Stalker can't get concussive shelled. If it gets concussive shelled, it's not gonna survive. So there's 6 seconds left. The Stalker should be able to make it home all right. The probes are being pulled. This is gonna come down to really just micro. If that battery goes up, I don't know if Hanamano is really going to be able to do much more damage, but getting a bunch of probe kills here maybe will be worth it. I'm not exactly sure. I don't know how this works, though. This is not the normal cheese that I would do if someone put a gun to my head and said cheese Protoss. This is not the one that I would do. So I don't have much experience with this. I don't know how much you need. Supplies are relatively even, but Geralt has the worker supply and he's got the expand. So I feel like as long as Geralt doesn't die here, everything should be fine. He doesn't have another pylon, so that's definitely a problem. But it doesn't seem like Hanamano's going to be able to jump on that. And I guess the shield battery can actually heal the pylon. I had not considered that. A bunch more SCVs have been pulled. Hanamano still trying to break this. I guess that's going to be it, really. He's going to try his hardest to break it. The force field comes down. The super battery also comes down. The Marauder gets surrounded by the probes. 2 probes died there. And Hanamano's got to move away. Now, every shield damage that the Protoss units take, they can come back from the shield battery. But the HP being not wasted, but being stripped away on the bio units, that's not coming back. So super battery has already been used, which means that there isn't going to be another super battery. I'm not sure exactly. Like, this is actually looking pretty close. Some beautiful force fields here, but the sentries do kind of tickle the units. And Hanamano looks like he's just got enough to kind of bully the units, but now that he's only got Marauders, his big DPS is over. Probes can actually be pulled to fight Marauders. It's the Marines that do the like intense amount of damage. And the Marauders do a good job of kind of tanking against the Stalkers, slowing them down as well so that they can't escape and can't be microed back. So Hanamano is going to try to macro out of this. He's got a factory going. And I think Gerald's going to just try to really just do as much damage as he can. He's already got Blink started. The barracks is going to try and fly home. So we are going to see a bit of a macro game out of this. The CC just dropped here. Hanamano's going to get a bunker. Oh, and he's going to play double factory off of this. Gerald's going right across the map. There's really only 3 Marines, so if this bunker doesn't finish, and I'm not exactly sure if it's going to. No, okay, so Hanamano doesn't think so either, so instead he pulls the SCVs to make sure that it can finish. The sentries are like slowly bringing, oh, and even getting the, what do you call it? The Colossus. So the Colossi there for the high ground vision. Blink about halfway done. Because the supply depot is closed, Gerald can't just walk up there. But now that the supply depot is open, I feel like he can just walk by it if he wanted to. I'm not exactly sure if it's a good move or not. One Cyclone is about to come out, and the SCVs are going to repair that bunker. So all Gerald's really going to do is be able to supply block Hanamano. Nice try blocking out the Cyclone with the force field there. And yeah, it's been a pretty crazy series here. We've seen a lot of cheese and a pretty solid defense from Gerald. We're seeing a 3rd CC drop for Hanamano. He's playing like Mass Cyclone. I wonder when we're going to see Mag-Filled Accelerator. I guess he probably just doesn't have the gas for it. Maybe that's also why he's going Cyclone. Cyclone's, oh yeah, there it is. Mag-Filled Accelerator. No, this is a conscious effort. They do bonus damage once they have the Mag-Filled Accelerator, but because Blink is finished, GG, well played gets called, and Gerald is our champion. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. That is the end of the tournament. It was a lot of fun. If you want to follow, I'm not going to stop you, but